Hi, guys. I want to talk to you today about an incident in my life that highlights the importance of something called completing the stress cycle. You may or may not know that I had breast cancer in 2018. And as a result, I go get the tatas checked every 6 months, make sure everything's good. And if you've ever had a big health scare, then you know that sometimes returning to the scene of the crime can be a little bit triggering. And it was for me on this day. I was a little bit anxious going back to get my mammogram. But I told myself it'll be fine. It's no big deal. It's always normal. I go in, I do the mammogram. I'm sitting in the waiting room and they come out to me and they say, "We want to get a close up of that left breast," which is the one where I had cancer. Oh, okay. Go back into the room. They do another close-up mammogram on the left breast. They say, "Wait in the waiting room. We'll be right back out." They come back out a little while later and they say, "We're going to do an ultrasound of that left breast." Okay. At this point, my heart is racing. I have the cold sweats. My hands are shaking and I can't breathe. And I text my husband, "Sweetie, this is what's happening and I can't breathe." He says, "Do you want me to leave work? I'll come get you right now." No, it'll be okay. I'll let you know what happens. So they take me in, they do the ultrasound, and the radiologist is a wonderful, wonderful woman. And she says, "It's okay. It's either scar tissue or it's a recurrence of this DCIS cancer, which is very treatable. It is not a big malignant tumor. It's okay, but we need to go ahead and do a biopsy. And let's get that scheduled for next week." All right. I shed a few tears of relief on the table when she tells me that, but I'm still in a full-blown stress response. And I go home numb all over. And the rest of the day, I feel like I'm just kind of walking through a fog. And I know I need to complete this stress response, but I feel just frozen. So here's what's happening physiologically in our bodies when a big life event or a big stressor in our life takes place. Our bodies are flooded with these stress hormones, and we go into a fight or flight physiological response. And the best way to deal with this is, once the stressor has been dealt with, you still have to complete the stress, the physical stress response that's happening in your body. And there's a number of ways to do this. You can exercise, like maybe I could have come home and done some jumping jacks or gone for a really brisk walk, anything to get my heart rate up for 15 to 30 minutes. I could have screamed really loud. I could have had a really big cry. Crying is actually physiologically fantastic for moving through a stress response. I could have done some meditating if that's my thing, or I could have done something really creative like art to re-engage the parasympathetic nervous system, get rid of those stress hormones, get some dopamine and serotonin on board, and to really regulate my body back into normal performance. But I didn't. So the next morning I woke up and I couldn't move my neck. Oh my gosh. Oh, I carry all that stress right here in my neck and shoulders. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. And because my neck and my back were so jacked from the stress I had been carrying, I was unable to do my morning routine of stretching and exercises. I ended up being in pain for really about 10 days. And as you know, if you deal with chronic pain, a lot of times that creates fatigue. It creates low mood. And when I'm fatigued and in a bad mood, I eat like crap. And that gives me headaches and makes me feel worse. And I'm in a stress downward spiral from not dealing with that one big stress response. Now, in your life, this could look like a fight with your spouse. It could look like a demanding boss and a deadline. It could look like having a fender bender. It could look like any number of things that happen all the time on almost a daily basis. And if you're not completing that stress response, you too can end up in this feedback loop or this downward spiral caused by the stress. The stressor may not be around, but you're still dealing with the stress and the aftermath of that. So this actually highlighted for me the importance of completing that stress response. And also it highlights the fact that you may need help doing this. I'm a coach. I help my clients do this. This is my job. This is what I do for a living. And it still was something that I found myself really unable to deal with effectively by myself. I could have used a coach like me to help me move through this more effectively, because it really did kind of take me down for a couple of weeks. Fortunately, I'm back. That stress is unwound. I got my results and they were negative. Yay to the tatas. Have a wonderful day, a magical week, an incredible life. Reach out to me if you need support. That's what I do, and it's what I'm here for.